Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the star line by a New York Times best-selling author, veteran travel journalist. She's written for multiple travel guides as well as several newspapers and magazines. Her latest book is Why We Travel. We welcome author Patricia Schultz.
Hi there. Hi. Thanks for having me in.
Patricia, let's go beyond the mic. Your love of travel started with a gap year. How has your love evolved of travel over these years?
Well, I think anybody would have to agree with me that the more you travel, the more you got to keep on going. You know, the more you understand the possibilities and what the world offers and how manageable and easy it, the places perceived as risky or unwelcoming, in fact, are quite the opposite. And, you just want to keep, I think, exploring the world. And I've been very, very, very fortunate in being able to do just that much. So I'm pretty insatiable. I started right out of university. I did a junior year abroad, and that was a real, that kind of kicked the door wide open. And being able to stay for more than just 5 minutes or a few days, in my case, a full year in a foreign city and really immerse yourself was a very, very, very different experience and very invaluable one. So I've been going kind of ever since, and I'm not yet showing any signs of slowing down, and have written these books, 1,000 Places to See Before You Die, along the way. And then with this newest title, I stepped back to think why it is we travel, why it's so important, what it brings us and guarantees us, really, and why we need to do as much of it as possible.
Please never slow down, Patricia.
Okay.
Your book is filled with such amazing photos. Which is your favorite of the entire book?
That's not fair.
I'm going to make you pick your favorite child.
It's the question I would get with 1,000 Places. What is my favorite place? Well, some of them are brilliant for the color. Some of them are incredible for that moment captured in time. Some of them are my favorite places, maybe more so than others. But it's the compilation, I think, the whole mix, that I'm just so incredibly pleased with the final product, because I think it's what we were aiming at, which is this, piece of inspiration that will get you off the couch and into the world, and to kick open, like I said, that expression. The idea is to open the doors, open your horizons, open your head, and to just keep exploring and to keep stoking the curiosity. I think that's what dies over time from maybe, the same old, from a job that we're stuck in that we don't like, from family obligations, I don't know. But travel really brings you back to, this inherent thrill that I found when I was 4 years old at the Jersey Shore. That's really when I started.
You've written multiple books on places to see before you die. Have you seen everything you've wanted to see?
Oh, gosh, no. I mean, can anybody ever really say that? I hope to think that when I get to a point in life when it's just not possible anymore, that, it will be only gratitude and appreciation for everything that I have seen. You give it your best and you do the max, and then, you just hope that when, your card is up, that you've lived your life to the maximum possible. But no, there are tons of places I have, people who have done that and seen that and are, complacent about, I just don't get that, because the possibilities are countless. They're endless. They're, it just doesn't end for me. My bucket list is a couple hundred places long. So I need to keep going, I think.
Author of Why We Travel, Patricia Schultz joins us beyond the mic, and it's time for the Rocking Aid. 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure. Patricia, where's the best food you've had when you were traveling?
Italian. Do I need to be specific? That would be impossible.
That's okay. Where's your favorite place to visit when you're not at home?
I love the Southwest, the Four Corners area, maybe Utah, but also New Mexico. I love that area of the Southwest.
Do you believe Everyone deserves a second chance.
Hello. Yes, that's a pretty easy one. So a resounding yes.
What's the best room you've stayed in when traveling?
Oh, these 5-star hotels these days are pretty sumptuous, extravagant, and over the top. So anything that really prides itself as being one of the best deluxe hotels, because I'm just not used to it. So it's like a fantasy for me.
Now, you've traveled all over the world. I want to know one thing. Where's your favorite place to travel just for the smells? Not for the food, not for the people, just for the aromas.
A souk or a bazaar somewhere in North Africa or the Middle East. Anyone will do.
Your first flight was to Santo Domingo. Where was your last flight to?
More than just an hour or two, it was to Bulgaria.
Have you ever been bird watching?
Yes.
Where?
Well, pretty much everywhere, since the birds have a tendency to move around. But I was a late convert. I did understand birders, and now I really get it. And when you go to areas like in Panama or this bridge between North and South America where, there are 300 and 400 species spotted in a single day, it just leaves your head spinning, especially if you're with the bird guide, because otherwise they just fly by me and I don't even register. But if you go with somebody who knows, it's pretty fascinating.
I have to have one thing in my carry-on no matter what, so it's always with me when I travel. What's the one thing that you have, your favorite thing that you have to have when traveling?
This is a really boring answer, but it's my pillow, and it's travel size. I know. It's travel, but I have a bad neck, so happy neck, happy traveler. It's a small travel-sized pillow that I can shove into a corner of my suitcase, my carry-on.
It's time for One Big Question with author Patricia Schultz, author of the book Why We Travel Beyond the Mic. Patricia, have you had any regrets in traveling?
None. The regret is not so much directed at me, but I'm seeing already that with the pandemic, and this is not a short answer, and with the resurgence of, revenge travel and people making up for lost time, that everything we seem to have gained and understood and appreciated and, recognized during those months and years when we were in lockdown, a lot of it seems to be disappearing already. So I hope people retain and remember that travel should be meaningful and that the respect and the patience needed and all of those good things do not kind of slip back and off the burner and are forgotten once again.
You want people to share your wonder. What portion of the world is your favorite?
It's such a personal thing. I think, we're all strapped for time and money to get us to where we need to go. So you need to be really discerning about choosing your destinations. For me, my go-to return place that I don't return to many places at all because I'm just so aware of those that remain to be seen still. But I was born and raised believing that I was 500% Italian. My mom was born in Italy. So I went for the first time for a few days, and I stayed for 4 years. And when I left, it was with a heavy heart. I came back to live in the U.S., and I don't regret that either. But it is a place I go back to regularly, and whether it's like for a long weekend or for a month, I take a sublet or an Airbnb, I would go back in a nanosecond. It's one of the most remarkable destinations to me, and you don't need to be 500% Italian to appreciate it.
She doesn't want curiosity to die, was a late convert to birding, and enjoys the smells of North African markets. Her book is Why We Travel. Author Patricia Schultz, thanks for taking the time to talk with us today.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. And enjoy the book, I hope.
It's an incredible book.
Thank you.
And that, my friends, is a Beyond the Mic shortcut.